What's up, Saints and Eights? Welcome back to another episode of Music and Makeup. This week I'll be sharing some of my favorite songs by Camron while doing my makeup. I also have some new products that I'm going to use for today's look. So I got my hands on the new Danessa Myricks Beauty Lift and Flex Concealer. So I'm so excited to try these. I've been waiting for her to come out with another line of concealers. These are plant-based. They're supposed to be really good. So I can't wait to try these. And I also got my hands on Fenty Beauty's new lip gloss balm in the shade Major Flex. It's a gray gunmetal type color. So we're going to see how that works with today's look. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Since Camron is notoriously associated with the color pink, I'm going to be using Danessa Myricks Colorfix pigment in the color Valentine for my eyeshadow. I'm going to use the Twin Flame pigment, also from Danessa Myricks, and this is in the color Lust. I love how shimmery this is. Swatch this on my hand with the Valentine, and I think it's going to look bomb on my eyes. Start off, I'm going to prime with Urban Decay, with my Urban Decay eyeshadow potion. I know there are other options around, but this has always held me down when it came to my eye makeup, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I was introduced to Camron's music was through this song that's playing now, 357, and I'm a beats first, rhyme second type of girly, so the Magna P.I. sample was what dragged me in initially to this album and got me to listen a little bit more. And this was on Confessions of Fire. Let's find a little brush here to apply this. Just have control of my product, and some of these wands don't really let you do that. I'm just gonna take a little primer. Oh no, I'm gonna have to use the wand. While Cam is known prominently for rapping, he has a lot of different business ventures. Most recently is his very popular sports news show that he co-hosts with Mace called It Is What It Is. And I don't know a lot about sports, so I can't purport that I've watched it, but I've seen clips. I love when drops a little rhyme before. This song is Horse and Carriage, and honey, let me tell you something. This was like the song of the summer. When this came out, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing this song. I remember the video had everybody and anybody in it. There were cameos from Nori, Charlie Baltimore, and I think Big Pun was in it. I know I'm missing some people, but it was everybody in that video. So I'm gonna let this primer settle. For the transitional shade on my lid, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Groundworks Blooming Romance palette. I'm going to use the shade Adorn, and that's just to put some color onto my lid. And for brushes, I'm going to use the My Kitco and Danessa Myricks collaboration brush. This is Let Me Know. This was off of SDE, which is Sex, Drugs, and Entertainment. And this song too, I love all this sports themed stuff. And I'm just gonna put this color in the crease, just taking it up. One of the things I love about him, he'll take the word like that phrase right away and just keep using that in every other line. That is a skill. And it's a couple other songs we gonna go through that where he does that. Now it's time to apply the Colorfix. And again, this is in the shade Valentine. This is The Rock, and this is from Come Home With Me. Come Home With Me was Camron's like Rockefeller debut, so this song was only right that it was on this album, and it features Beanie Siegel and Memphis Bleek. And I'm going to use the Miami applicator. This is one of my favorite songs from off this album. And I just work in layers when it comes to the Colorfix. I see a difference with using the primer this time around. The skin on your eyes gets a little older. That primer is necessary. Because before I had a lot of creasing. So use a primer. Now that I have the Colorfix on my eyes, I'm just going to blend some of this out with that transitional shade again to get rid of this little harsh line. So I switched brushes. I used the targeted fluff brush to blend out this line. I find that's working a lot better because I have smaller eyes and I can really get in there. This other brush right here is a little too large for that. I blended out the shadows, so I got rid of like some of the harsh lines there, and I added another little layer right to the center of my eye to make it pop. So I'm using the Twin Flames pigment by Danessa Myricks in the shade Lust, and I'm gonna just put that over top of the lid. Using my Sephora Pro Shadow Brush. This is the one that works with creams, powders, and liquids that you're using. It gives it a nice little, to put it of course on my palettes to keep the color pure. And this song here, y'all should know this is Oh Boy. And when I tell y'all the chokehold that this song had us in, you could not go to a club without hearing this. I just associate this with going out every Friday night to Shadows. But yeah, we used to party, honey. No section, dancing, having a ball. Ooh, so pretty. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. And with the chrome pigment, I pat, because in the past when I would drag it, it would start picking up the Colorfix. And I'm gonna leave this alone right here and let it just dry. It's exactly what I associate this song with. And this really opened Camron up to a bunch of different audiences. Like I said, they were playing this at all kinds of clubs for all kinds of different audiences. Alright, so I'm gonna let that dry a little bit before I think about putting any more on. Today I'm gonna be using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer. This is my first time trying this. This is in the shade 16, and I'm just gonna use that to conceal some of my hyperpigmentation and a few blemishes that I have. And then after that, I'm going to go in with the Blurring Balm Powder in the new shade 9.5, and that'll give me a nice blurred canvas to work from. Also, it's less makeup for me. Purple Haze is my favorite Camron album for a multitude of reasons, but mainly for sentimental reasons. This album came out when it was a real turning point in my life. I'm still living with my parents. This was the year that my life really started coming together. I got into my big girl zone. And whenever I hear this, this is what I think about it. I just got a new job. That was a promotion. Just bought my first brand new car, 0 miles. I was really feeling myself and really starting to see a plan for my life. I am liking this concealer. We're gonna see how it blends. The color is pretty good. I wish I had went a little bit darker. When they did the ad for this, they had all kinds of, Danessa used all kinds of skin types. Everything does not work on every skin type the same. As your skin matures, it's different. And this concealer has plant-based ingredients. No niacinamide for my girlies with the allergy. But we're gonna see how it covers here in a second. All right, I'm gonna let this dry, bust the fan out, because I think drying your concealer down is extra important if you want it to stay. So far, I'm impressed with the coverage of this. We'll see as I blend it how it goes. So this is another one of my favorite songs from off of Purple Haze. This is Gangsta Music. We'll tell you this, it does not feel like it's sitting on my skin. Another win. I'm telling you, between this and the Blurring Balm, I'm gonna be real light on the makeup. Now I'm going to use the Blurring Balm Powder in shade 9.5, and I've showed y'all previously how I use it. I usually put it onto a palette and apply with a soft brush and just use the back of the, so who's gonna be the fluffy brush today? All right, and so I'm just gonna go around. I pick up from the palette, but I'm gonna tell y'all, this concealer did so great. So this is everything with the Blurring Balm Powder. I don't know, I feel like I could stop here. I'm not gonna use the skin tint, I lied a little bit. I'm gonna use just a hint of the foundation just for a little bit more coverage, but I'm satisfied with this right here. And the foundation is the My Yummy Skin Serum Foundation. This is in the shade 21N. I am a neutral girly. And I'm going to apply it with the My Yummy Base Large Angle Brush. And just on the palette, again, working that into the brush. And this is another one off Purple Haze. This song is Killer Cam. I love the video for this. The jacket Camron wore in this was just so dope. It had the big Diplomats logo and then had like stars and stripes all around the front part of the coat that he was wearing. And then he was riding around in a pink Range Rover. And everywhere he went, he had the roses at his feet, like the Coming to America theme. This song too had us in a chokehold of sort. So I say diplomats ruled this time period. I don't care what nobody say. That car throwaway homes. Just a little bit of foundation. I just wanted a little extra coverage. And in this video, towards the end, it cuts to him performing at the Apollo. This is my verse right here. Teach you how to coke a piff. Got it on. You a rooster nigga. I'm the roaster bitch. Tell her and her groupie friends, go get your coochie cleansed. The chopper, it got the Uzi lens. Birds I flew. See, that's what I love. Take that one word and drag it through each verse. I love it. I think this is all nice and blended in here. I like to go back through with a clean sponge just to pick up any excess. The blush I'm using, the Colorfix, again in the shade Valentine. The good thing about Colorfix is that it is versatile. You can use it for lips, cheeks, eyes. So I'm going to use this as a blush. It'll be just as pigmented. I've used this before, I believe, in a tutorial, but in the shade Carrot Top. And the way that I usually apply my blush is just in an L shape here, just to make sure I'm not going down too far. So this song is my favorite song from off of this album. This song is called Harlem Streets, and I'm a beats first, lyrics second girly. So the first thing I caught was this Hill Street Blues sample, and this song is just one of my favorites up here. And Camron was rapping his ass off on this. Told my mother I hustle, and she said, "Be careful. Why I ain't got no money if I'm moving weight. Copper boat, copper leer. Let the army suits cute in my chocolate ears. Gold copper pair. Ain't nothing you could do to me." Yeah, this was my shit. Smothered with pearls when a nigga under the world. Okay, so I just do an L right here. And I know this thing is very bright, but we're gonna underpaint. Don't be asking for Dame. Playboy, I don't own that man in any way. Homeboy, you a grown ass man. Child, crunch time. I be on the highway dirty. Crunch time. No time out, homeboy, just one time. If they find that stash box just one time. Shit, they put the dogs in the truck, side of the road, holding you up, you cold as a fuck. Soon as they lunging and pushing, I run in the bushes. What? This is the best song on that album. I don't care. Alright, so to conceal under my eyes, same thing. Danessa Myricks Lift and Flex Concealer. This is in shade 14. I just went 2 down from my normal shade. Or 2 shades. To contour, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Espresso. This song is Get 'Em Girl, and this song has that infamous I get the pewters putin' line on it, and I'm always met with that line whenever I start talking about Camron and saying his lyricism. That's the first line I get met with. Oh, the same dude that made I get the pewters putin'. But listen to the rest of this song, dog. It's on my wrist, your budget on my neck, your spouse on my... Come on now. Money, nigga. Oh my god, dudes was so egregious in the club when this would come on. That's why I say, again, I don't have no dog in this fight when they start talking about people talking about sex and rap. I don't have no dog in the fight. Because I be thoroughly enjoying all of the dirty talk. So far, so good. I'm rocking with it. It's warm like honey color. And again, it doesn't feel heavy. I helped you get your son out of PS22. Gave him a Maury flow. Fuck around, we gonna be up on the Maury show. Here's some weed. Make yourself a pound, Wody. Gonna learn yourself a town, shorty. Now I'm up 50. Who can fuck with me? Bring back skits on albums. This had the Miz skits. Bring that back on these albums. Alright, so Diplomatic Immunity. That's another album which Cam was on that is one of my favorites. And the song about to come on now is I Really Mean It. And that opening line, y'all niggas dreamed it, I've seen it, body warm, heart anemic. That opening bar is so damn famous. Watch what happens when the DJ goes and puts that on and people in the party scream that shit almost like in unison. Diplomatic Immunity, that was also an era and a time. Dry my concealer down. I feel like I had better results that way. Just not sliding all over my face. And I look up because I want to get it in the creases too. I'm going to use my favorite brush to blend out my concealer. This is the My Yummy Concealer, the MY3. I love using this brush to blend out my makeup. Oh yeah, okay, this blends out good after it dries. It dries a little faster. And this is a soft matte. Now, normally I don't do anything matte, but this doesn't feel like it's drying my skin out. I like the color, and it's not too bright for under my eye. I'm liking this concealer. With Danessa Myricks, this is not let me down. Oh, One thing Camron ain't gonna do, listen, that's somebody I would never leave no angry voicemail for, because baby, you may end up as an album skit. Don't do it. Right, and this is Dipset Anthem. This shit used to go up too when we was out. Lay up in the suitcase, go down to Harlem, tell them that I sent you. See a town I'm liking. In a town I like it. Now I know this about Camron, but listen, Jules got off on this. To be quite clear, when the thing banged inside of his right ear. So for the contour, heat this up a little bit first. So I'm just gonna use this brush to put this on. Take your girl, ask you what now? Toya kissing Muffin. Who's supposed to go home and kiss their husbands. That shit disgusting. Child. And then I got my blush on. I'm just to go in and kind of just even some of this out. Break up some of these lines here. Alright, so that looks good so far. See, I love it. Once I put the concealer on and start cleaning everything up, it looks so much better. So now it's time to set my under eye. I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Under Eye Powder. I love this. It blurs my under eye so good. So I just take a little bit here and tap off here. But it's so finely milled, you really don't even have to do that. Right, so this song is from off of Camron's album Crime Pays, and I'm not gonna say that the title of it because I don't want to get my page banned. It's bottom of the Hello Kitty. He's not afraid to talk about sex in his rhymes whatsoever. I remember forget my mom came to my house and this song was literally just blaring in the back. We having a conversation about something, a bill I needed to pay or something of that nature. Later that night, I get home, she calls me and she's like, I just want to ask you, I just want to talk to you about something. And I was like, what's up? She said, I just want to talk to you about your choice of music. And I'm trying to talk to you and you got that vulgar song playing in the background, talking about the bottom of somebody's. I like this song though. What Alexis K. Tyler tell y'all, don't let no man hit the bottom, you'll go crazy. So now that I've set my under eye with the pressed powder, I'm gonna go back in with loose setting powder. With the pink theme, I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty setting powder, and this is in the color Cherry Blossom Cake. And just gonna press that into the eye. And I'm finding that pressing my powder in, the loose powder in, instead of my old school way of baking, just dusting a bunch of powder on and praying for the best. I'm feeling this method a lot better. This is also from Crime Pays. This is Get It in Ohio. Whenever I think about Ohio, this is the first thing I think of. Camron, he gonna give you a good drug dealing anthem too. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm gonna use Huda Beauty, but this color in Cinnamon. One day I'm gonna mix this pink, this Cherry Blossom, and this Cinnamon Bud together and see what I get. Cause I'm curious. And don't worry about all of the powder. I'm gonna bring all this back to skin with my Fix spray. Alright, and this is the large taper brush. I just like using that to get rid of any excess. Look, I just figured this out with the Huda powder. So I was shaking the container. You don't have to do that. So this is empty. If you just take your brush like this, and it'll give you some powder. I did this off camera, but I went back in and lined under my eyes with the shade Adorn. I didn't want to use the actual, I didn't want it to be too bright, so I didn't use the actual Colorfix. And it just went in between. I used the pomade, that was moving a little bit easier for me. But you can use the powder and get the same effect. That looks a bit better. I like that better than using a dark liner. Almost forgot my bronzer. I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place bronzer in the shade Dark, and I usually just go between these two just to warm my face up a little bit. This chorus is crazy. Keep playing, you gonna look like a gyro. Some point sometimes. So Camron gonna give you some absurd in between spitting some real shit. There we go. I like it. Now I'm going to bring my face back to more of a skin type of finish using MAC's Prep and Prime Studio Fix. Because I have lash extensions, I'm going to spray onto the Beauty Blender and just gently tap over my face. So just like so. Alright, then I'm going to finish my face off with the Danessa Myricks Low Lighters, and this is in the shade Off the Grid. Alright, so we'll put a little on my nose. I love this because it's not too shimmery and it blurs your imperfections too, so a win for me. So the lip combo today, I'm going to keep it real simple. I'm trying the Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0 pencil, and this is in Rich Brown. My first time trying one of her lip pencils. And I'm also going to be trying the Fenty Beauty Lip Gloss Balm and the color Major Flex. It's supposed to be like a gunmetal gray. I'm interested to see how this works for me. If it doesn't work the way I want it to on backup, the Fenty Beauty Lip Oil, and this is in the color Frosted Buns. I'm gonna line my lips. This is from off of Purple Haze too. This is one of my favorite songs from off of the album. It's called Fast Lane. I think I like this lip pencil. He said niggas be telling now, singing like Dalvin did. Beef like a pool, we dive in it. Poker face Kawhi Leonard. Smudge this out so it doesn't look so harsh. I stay being somewhere I ain't supposed to be. And the Huda pencil, it moves pretty easy. So when I might get some other colors, I like it. Now I'm gonna try the gunmetal, see what it does. I don't know, y'all. I don't like it. Looks like I've eaten a lollipop, so this ain't gonna be it for me. I'm gonna wipe this off. So I'm going to go back in with Frosted Buns. This ain't it for me. Oh no, it was getting darker by the second. But maybe I'll try it again, because y'all know I didn't like Fuchsia Flex when it first came out, and you had to tear it from my hands once I realized how I was gonna use it. So I'm gonna go in with Frosted Buns, and that is the Fenty Lip Oil. I'm gonna go around because I hate how sometimes with lip liner you get where it's matte and then where your lips are shiny. I'm just gonna go back with Lava Cake from NYX and line my lips. Oh, okay. I like this with the Frosted Buns. Much better. We saved it, baby, because that gunmetal gray was gonna take my whole look down. But Fenty just came out with their own lip liner, so I'm gonna try those out and see how they go with the lip glosses, because I'm forever a liner and gloss girl. Let's take this hair down because it don't look right till the hair is down. All right, so Saints and Nates, this is what it looks like with the hair down and all that. I really like this look. I'm really happy how everything came out. Eyebrows behave, the shadow even on both eyes. Y'all know that's always a win. And even though that gunmetal gray gloss tried to ruin my look, we saved it with the Frosted Buns, and the Danessa Myricks concealer looks phenomenal. I'm gonna put it to a wear test this weekend, and I'll make another video for this, but I am impressed. Great coverage, really easy to go on my under eyes, and it meshed well with all of my other powders, so it is a win. I will be picking up more colors. All the music played on today's episode can be found on my Apple Music playlist, and all the makeup that I used today can be found in the description of this video. Thanks for joining me again, Saints and Nates. Till next time, love you, bye.